Hi guys, welcome back to Code with Venki. In this video, we'll see about a LeetCode question, consecutive numbers. So here is the input table, given table logs. So here ID is the primary key for this table. So let's go into the solution. Find all numbers that appears at least three times consecutively. We need to find the numbers which appears at least three consecutively. So return the table in any order. Okay, we'll see the example one. So here is the input table, log table. ID and number one. Okay, output should one. One is the only number that appears consecutively for at least three times. So here one appears three times, right, consecutively. So we'll jump into the solution. Before going to the solution, please pause the video and try for your solution. Yeah. So here I'm using Windows slide functions. I will explain them. Like select all from like, yeah. Before going to the solution, I will explain my logic here. So if you take one, so you need to find whether before that it has any consecutive number, and after that number should be repeated, right? So if we take two, I mean here ID 2 and 1, so you can observe like previous one is repeated and next one is repeated, right? So we need to find these numbers whether it is repeating before and after. So we need to put into the table. So after that table we'll store that output in one table, like temp table. So from temp table we'll get the we'll fetch the output. I mean, according to the output will modify that. Yeah, I'm using here lag function. So here it will take lag function means previous value. So order over order by, I'm using, I'm taking ID. I will mark this as previous. Similarly, lead for next number over order as next. Okay. I will take for ID order by ID as preview ID lead by ID. So here I'm marking lag ID and lead ID to match the numbers which are lag and lead. So I'm mapping with IDs and numbers together. Okay. For that I'm using ID, lag ID, lead ID, and similarly lag number, lead number. The help of ID as next ID. Okay. So I'm taking this from log table logs. Once we'll run this and we'll see the output. It will show wrong answer because we didn't went to the solution completely. We are in the middle of the solution. So here I'm storing in one temp variable, I mean one temp table. So here ID and number are given. So for ID 1, the previous is null and next value is 1, right, number, so 1. And similar to that, previous ID is null for 1 and next ID is 2. So when it comes to second ID, so for this, previous number is 1, next number is 1, and previous ID is 1 and previous ID is 3. So similarly I put in these entire values in temp table. I will mention here. Yes, we can. So as temp. Okay. So here I need to select, right, for the output. Give select. I want only distinct values. If I select ID, it will give it is number, distinct numbers. So as we need to rename the column of the output. Okay, from where I'm taking from the temp, where here is the main logic. We need to mention, right, number is equal to previous. It should be a previous number should be equal to number. Like if the number is at second ID, that is 1, so it should match with previous one and next one, right? So previous one and number should equal to next. And similarly, so I will run this and I will show you if we don't use ID lag lead, then what it will show, what it will run. Here for this test case, it is okay. When we submit the solution, there are some hidden test cases where there is edge test cases. So here you can observe for 1 2. So here one is consistent, right? I mean, one and one is there, but here we need to see IDs also, like whether the IDs are in the continuous manner, or is there any escape IDs. So we need to check that. So here you can observe 1 2 3 ID 3 is missing, and 4 5 6 7 8. So if ID 3 is missing, then it won't be a consecutive 3 ones, right? So if we skip that one, id 1 id 3, so you need to skip this number 2. This 4 is this one is associated with the id 4, right? So we need to find that 3 also, right? So that's why here we don't have any consecutive ones. So that's why I'm writing the test cases. I'm writing this like we need to check for IDs. That's why I use lag ID, lead ID to capture the before previous ID and next ID to the present ID. For that I'm using ID should be equal to next ID. So it should not, it won't be equal to, right? If here we use like for numbers, it should be a consecutive numbers. For whether it is 1 or 2, the previous number should be also same. That's why we use this num is equal to previous and num is equal to next. For coming to IDs, if you take 2, then it will be 1, right? So next consecutive value, right? So for this we need to minus 1. And and similarly for finding the mm, previous ID should be plus. Okay, we'll run and see what is the error. So syntax error is in next, uh, small d. Oh, sorry, I typing error. See the solution. Yeah, that's it, guys. This is the solution for this question. Thank you. Bye bye.